This is Brett Schwartzoff. I'm the Vice President of North American Sales and Global Marketing for Apollo Endosurgery. Apollo Endosurgery is the manufacturer of the Orbera intragastric balloon. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Carl Pesta from McLaren-Macomb. Dr. Pesta is a board-certified general surgeon and bariatric surgeon who specializes in advanced laparoscopic and endoscopic weight loss procedures. Dr. Pesta has over 18 years of experience and has performed more than 5,000 bariatric procedures and is currently performing the Orbera intragastric balloon procedure at Allure Medical. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Pesta's webinar on Orbera, a non-surgical weight loss option, and how Allure Medical can help you with your weight loss journey.
Hi everyone, Brett, thank you very much for that kind introduction. We'd like to welcome you to our Orbera webinar today. We hope to spend with you maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes talking about the disease of obesity, how it's affecting your health, and how the Orbera weight loss system can help you. We've got some guests that will be speaking for us as well. But first of all, I just want to say welcome and thank you for joining us, and a very happy new year to you. If you're like millions of Americans around the country, this time of year is where we really start to focus on our health. New Year's resolutions and the like bring us to focus on our health and our weight and what we can do better for ourselves. So talking about the Orbera weight loss device, I think will help you along that journey. You can look at the next slide. First, I'd like to introduce you to one of our patients. Shauna, who you may have seen on our Facebook Live, had an Orbera insertion done live on the video. And if you haven't seen that yet, it'd be great. You can go to our Allure Medical Facebook page and see her live insertion. Why don't you come on in? So here's Shauna.
Hi, everyone.
She had the device placed this past Friday.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the experience.
I think the experience was wonderful. It's the fear of the unknown, so I wasn't really sure. I thought I'd be a little nauseous or a little dizzy afterwards, but really I wasn't. I went to Home Depot afterwards. The staff was wonderful. You were great. I had a wonderful weekend at home. I went snowmobiling 3 days later. So far I've lost 6 pounds, and the only difficult thing I could say is that right after the procedure I sort of had to force myself to drink fluids. I felt full all the time, and I'm still doing well with it. I think it's a great procedure for everyone. Like I said, non-surgical was a big huge thing for me, and no downtime.
Great. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
You can see more of her story on our Facebook page and on our webpage, alluremedical.com. But I think it's really exciting to see the live insertion so you can kind of see what you'd be going through during the procedure. Let's continue on with our presentation. So as you're looking at your options for weight loss moving forward, a lot of people spend a lot of money on different weight loss options. Fad diets, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, and the like. If you really calculate the amount of money you spend on these different weight loss options, you would see that it starts to skyrocket. The problem is more than 95% of people relapse from a diet in less than 5 years. So we're going to talk about how the Orbera weight loss balloon changes that, how it changes you from just doing a diet, because it's a procedure that augments that diet, and it's going to really help you along the way. I want to talk a little bit about why diet, exercise, that type of thing doesn't work just on its own. So there's a number of things that happen within our body that tell us when we're hungry, when it's time to eat, and a lot of that is hormone driven. One of the hormones in our body is called ghrelin. It's made within the stomach for the most part. But the way our body senses the sensation of fullness that we're done eating is by stretching the stomach. So think about it. When you go on a diet, what do? We tend to eat small little portions. And so when we put this small portion inside of our stomach, it doesn't really stretch the stomach. See, stretch of the stomach activates that hormone ghrelin that then goes up to the brain and tells our brain, hey, I've eaten, I'm full. Well, with these small diets, we take in small amount of food. We don't really fill ourselves. We're just kind of waiting for that next meal. Like, oh, I can't wait to get to lunch. Oh, I can't wait to get to dinner. And then again, we continue to starve ourselves. Well, what happens is we don't shut off this ghrelin hormone, so these levels start to rise. And you finally say, okay, enough with it. I'm not eating another grapefruit. I'm going back to how I used to eat. Well, then now you've trained your body to become a little bit more efficient with calories. So the calories that you go back to what you used to eat now get stored more as fat. So the 5 pounds that you lost on that diet, all of a sudden you gain back 10. The next diet you lose 10 pounds, but you gain back 15. And that's that yo-yo dieting that goes up and down. And that's why we struggle with diets alone. Exercise, same thing. If you're like me, as you start exercising more, your body tells you that you're more hungry, right? That's because exercise also increases that ghrelin hormone. So as you exercise more, your body says, oh, I need more food because I want to maintain that weight. And so the cycle continues. Some other people may have tried prescription drug medications. As you know, going back to that last slide about the expense, these medications can cost a lot as far as your co-pays or deductibles that you have to pay. And the problem with that is, with these weight loss medications, you tend to only lose a small amount, maybe 5 or 10% of your excess weight. The problem is when you stop taking these medications, you can't keep spending this money forever, the weight comes back. So that's why a lot of these things don't work on their own. When we get to the Orbera device, what it's doing is it's augmenting all these additional aspects of weight loss. Next. So here we are, the Orbera weight loss balloon. It's an alternative to surgery. As you may have heard Brett introduce at the beginning, I'm a bariatric surgeon as well. So I do the weight loss operations. But the Orbera device is really for people who are not interested in surgery. They don't necessarily want an anatomical altering procedure. They're looking for a jump start, something to kind of get them going, get down to their fighting weight. A lot of people tell me, boy, after this balloon, I haven't weighed this weight since college, right? So it's a different patient population maybe, people who might not qualify for bariatric surgery. Again, a great option for the Orbera weight loss balloon. So as you can see on the slide here, I also have a demonstration here. The Orbera balloon is an FDA-approved, incisionless, non-surgical option that gives you the edge that you need to amplify all of your weight loss efforts and develop a more confident, healthier lifestyle. So as I was talking about with the hormone ghrelin within our stomach, during your procedure, we'll talk a little bit more about this in just a bit, we place this balloon, uninflated of course, down into the stomach. We then inflate it to the size that you see on the screen or that I'm holding here. It's about the size of a grapefruit. And you can imagine that it takes up about 2/3 of your stomach. So now that small meal that you would have on a diet sits in the stomach with the balloon. The balloon then causes the stomach to feel like, I'm full. I've had a full meal. And so the small amount of calories that you take in through our nutritional guided system will make you feel full. And it's going to be much easier to allow you to lose the weight. During the process, while it's in place, we then work with you to help you develop a new healthy lifestyle, a new relationship with food. We do coaching on what are the appropriate foods to eat, what are the appropriate volumes with the Orbera device. And we really hold your hand step by step through the weight loss journey. So I talked about this just a little bit. How does the Orbera work? The graphic on the screen shows you that it takes up about 2/3 of the stomach. The balloon, as you can see, is very smooth. And it basically floats within the stomach. It's freely movable. Doesn't get stuck in one spot. It just kind of moves around. And that stimulates those organs of satiety, or the sensation of fullness within your stomach. So it's filled to about a grapefruit size. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes tops. If you see our live insertion, we've done 2 now on Facebook Live. So be sure to check those out. I think it'll give you a sense of peace to know how the procedure goes and what's involved with it as well. The nice thing is that there's very limited downtime. Most patients will say, you know, I felt a little nauseous for the first few days, but as Shauna mentioned, she was up shopping later that day. She went snowmobiling that weekend right after her procedure. I'm not going to give away any names, but there was a couple who had a weight loss competition. The wife didn't tell her husband that she had a device placed, and she won. Sometimes it's that easy to get away with it. So no scarring, no incisions, completely hidden. Most people will ask a question, but can you feel it? You know, it weighs maybe a pound or so, but within the first few days, you really can't. Patients exercise with it. Around the world, we've had kickboxers with the balloon in place to lose weight. Pretty much nothing will hurt the device once it's placed within your stomach. 6 months later, we do remove the balloon. That's because down the line, after you've learned your new relationship with food, we take the balloon out. There are options for replacing the balloon. We can talk about later at your consultation. So as I mentioned, the balloon helps you eat smaller portions. It fills up your stomach. It makes you feel as if you've had a full meal, though it's only a small portion. When we look at the statistics associated with the weight loss, of course, people want to know, how is this going to affect me? How am I going to lose weight? What's the amount of weight I'm going to lose? Well, we say, and this research shows, that you will lose 3 times that of diet and exercise alone. So let's say you went on a diet. You would normally lose 10 pounds. The Orbera balloon is going to help you lose 30 pounds, though we've had people lose more. The weight loss associated with it, with the balloon on average, I'll say, is about 20 to 40 pounds. It can be more, it can be less, really depending on your interaction with our weight loss team, your commitment to a lifestyle change, and the like. Now, people who have more weight to lose will likely lose more weight. We've had a patient lose 98 pounds in 6 months with the balloon in place, safely.
Dr. Pesta, we have some questions from the audience.
Oh, great.
Who helps patients with that diet?
Great question. So after the device is placed, you will be meeting with our weight loss team, which includes our nutritionist, Shayna, who you'll be hearing from shortly, also our nurse practitioners, our medical assistants, and myself. We'll help you build a diet. I don't like to use the word diet. We will help you build a nutrition plan that's going to allow you to work with the balloon and kind of guide your food choices. We even have recipes that we can offer you as well.
One more question from the
Sure.
audience.
Yeah.
How much weight can you lose?
As I mentioned just recently, on average about 20 to 40 pounds. So when we meet in the office, we'll kind of talk about what our expectations might be, and that will help guide your expected weight loss. Next slide. So I want to talk about our unique experience here at Allure Medical. We've been doing the balloon now for over 2 years. The device was just introduced to the country approximately 2.5 years ago. We were one of the first places in Michigan and throughout the United States to offer the device. Since then, we're close to the top in the country as performing the largest volume of Orbera balloons. Now, people may say, well, it's new to the United States. How do I know it's going to work? Well, it's been around the world. This exact same Orbera device has been around the world for over 15 years. 275,000. That's over 250,000 of these balloons have been placed around the world. And so we have resources from Italy, from Brazil, from South America, and studies that back it up to show that it is an effective device for weight loss. So our unique experience, what we are able to offer here at Allure Medical. Well, not only being the top or near the top of practices around the country to place this, we've also built an incredible experience for you. As you already heard, you'll be meeting with our nutritionist, Shayna, the other assistants as well. They're going to help build your nutritional guidelines. You follow up with them kind of almost as often as you like, very frequently within the first few months, but then we kind of let you fly on your own, but we're here for you for backup. I give my cell phone number personally to all of our patients. So you have that opportunity to get in touch with me if you have any questions or concerns. So I look forward to working with you in that regard. Some of the other aspects we offer are hormone replacement therapy. We found that low hormones go hand in hand with obesity. So at Allure Medical, we have an extensive staff that works with hormone replacement. It's not necessarily included with the Orbera system, but it's an adjunct that we can offer for you that's going to allow you to improve your weight loss overall. We also do B12 injections, which help with energy, also help with appetite suppressant at times. And then we also offer Zerona treatments. Now this is for kind of spot reduction of fat pockets that we may have on our bodies. Perhaps our love handles, maybe a little pouch above below our belly. So we offer that as well. Now that is included. The Zerona treatments, if you choose to pursue this, that comes with the package price of the Orbera device.
Another question, Dr. Pesta, from the audience.
Yeah.
What can be done to offset possible hair loss?
Hair loss is something we see more commonly with aggressive weight loss procedures like bariatric surgery. So we don't really see that as a side effect with the Orbera device. Now, if you're talking about that in general from a hair loss perspective, we have solutions for you for that as well at Allure Medical. You can simply call for a consultation. But in regards to the weight loss procedures, bariatric surgery tends to have that more commonly because of the low protein absorption. We don't really see that with the Orbera system. If it does become an issue, we simply adjust the dietary guidelines, and we can talk about other solutions that we offer here at Allure Medical as well. So you've kind of heard about the Orbera balloon, what it can offer, how it can help you begin that weight loss journey and carry you forward. Well, we want to talk about a special offer that we're offering in January and February. People want to know what is the cost of the device. With all that included, the insertion, the removal, the 6 months of nutritional follow-up, guidance and exercise and lifestyle modification, our normal price is $7,450. But for the next 2 months, we're offering $500 off, right? It's a new year. It's a new you. So we want to help you on that journey by offering $500 off. It is a limited time only, so of course we want you to call and make your appointment and come in for a consultation. This may help you understand the process. You can go to the next slide. This is our team that we've assembled. So say we've kind of inspired you. Yeah, I really want to get this Orbera device. I'm ready to make that weight loss step. Well, we want you to call the number. We'll set you up with a consultation where you'll meet any one of our members of our staff that will be able to answer your questions personally. You can meet with me if you choose, or any of the people you see on the screen, and others as well. At that point, they'll do the consultation. We can talk to you about the procedure, about the insertion, and then what happens thereafter. So that's what's coming up. And afterward, you'll meet with Shayna and Tanya, some of our other staff as well, as they kind of guide what's happening next. So you've come in, you've had your consultation, you've had your procedure, and now what? Well, as I mentioned, we'll start to schedule our regular meetings. Here with our team, we'll start to develop that long-term sustainable healthy habits that go along with the device. I always say this is not a magic balloon. The follow-up, the lifestyle modification is very important, and that's why we've built such an incredible team to help you along the way. So by reinforcing proper portion control and lifestyle modification, you'll find it easier to maintain your weight once the balloon is removed. Now I'd like to introduce you to Shayna. She's our nutritionist who's been working with our patients, who has special training in nutrition, and we'll be seeing you after your insertion. Shayna, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Pesta. I appreciate it.
Sure.
My name is Shayna Loggins. I work for Allure Medical. I've been working with the Orbera team for about 2 years now. Once the balloon is inserted, you will meet with me 1 week after. Moving forward, we kind of see you weekly for about 6 months. I start you off with a nutrition assessment, which takes about 40 minutes. We kind of hone in on your weaknesses and enhance your weaknesses into strengths. Weekly, we kind of go over your body fat analysis, which kind of targets your BMI, which is also based on your height and your weight. And then we talk about meal prepping and go over some nutritional advice through the six-month process. Moving forward, we really target plant-based meals, but but we also offer, you know, meals that are also traditional as well for meal prep training. Other than that, I'm going to transfer it back to Dr. Pesta for the FDA study.
Excellent, thank you. So we are honored to be asked to participate in an FDA follow-up study. As I mentioned, the device was approved by the FDA over 2.5 years ago. But now they want to see how people are doing that are actually participating in the programs. So we are chosen along with a number of other centers throughout the country to participate. What does this mean for you? Well, some people are concerned. I don't want to be part of research. This is really just to prove the benefits of the device in general. So in order to be a candidate for the FDA study, it's 22 years of age or older with a BMI of 30 to 40. And then following up with the process. But what's great about this is if you do participate in the study portion of this, you have a significant opportunity to get reimbursed for a lot of the cost of the procedure. So picture it as a way to earn some of your money back that you spent on the device as you lose weight, as you have extended follow-up as well. So it's a great opportunity. You can go to the next slide. I think I mentioned this before. Being a bariatric surgeon, having done thousands of bariatric operations, and now one of the highest performing Orbera surgeons in the country, we offer you our experience. Over 200 balloons placed at Allure Medical alone. Having that kind of volume, I was also very honored to be asked to speak nationally for the Orbera company. So I've traveled throughout the country, training other physicians, teaching other doctors how to insert and manage the Orbera patients. We talked about 275,000 devices being placed around the world. It's not a new device. It's just something new for you to help you lose that weight. We have over 230 clinical publications that have been shown to help people lose more weight than diet and exercise alone. 3 times as much.
We have a couple questions from the audience. Dr. Pesta, do you offer finance or payment plans for Orbera?
Great question. So yeah, it sounds like initially the initial outlay of money is a lot. And I understand that. Not all of us have $7,400 or even with our sale of $6,950. We don't have that necessarily sitting around. So yes, we want to help you. We have you come in during the consultation. We'll talk about all of our different financing options available. And just to show that one more time, going on until February 28th, we have $500 off, bringing our price down to $6,950, which matches the lowest in the state. So device insertion, device removal, 6 months of meeting with our nutrition team, and exposure to the rest that Allure Medical has to offer as well, from hormone replacement to cosmetic treatments, cosmetic surgery. You'll have an opportunity to see what we're all about. Speaking of, we have other webinars that you could tune in to learn more about what we have to offer. Just this week, Dr. Moak had a webinar that was talking about low testosterone and obesity. One thing that we know for sure, obesity is an epidemic in the United States and Michigan as well. The numbers completely continue to grow. And it's affecting other aspects of our life. Obesity is the leading cause of high blood pressure, diabetes, sleep apnea, varicose veins. So by treating the disease of obesity, or even just being slightly overweight, we have the opportunity to impact other aspects of our health. So I'd like you to tune in, if you have time, to the low testosterone and how it interacts with obesity through our website, which is alluremedical.com. And we also have one webinar coming up on January 30th that deals with varicose veins, and that's with Dr. Georgeson. So lots of great information out there, and I hope that you continue to research this. Now, you met Shauna, one of our patients. You have the opportunity to view her procedure live, but also we want you to hear from other patients who have been through our program. And you can see this through our website as well. By clicking on the link here also, we'll take you to these live patient testimonials, not live, but recorded patient testimonials that will tell you about their experience with the Orbera device as well as Allure Medical.
I have a couple questions from the audience.
Great.
Is this a good option for middle-age hormones, 20 to 30 pound weight gain that we can't seem to get off?
So it sounds like we're asking is, 20 to 30 pounds. Is that, that's kind of our average. That's our target audience. Someone who needs to lose maybe 20 to 40 pounds. Some people say, hey, my wedding's coming up. I want to get some weight off before my wedding. Or a reunion, 20-year high school reunion is coming up. Another great opportunity. Because again, it's incisionless. There's very minimal downtime. You have a great opportunity to feel full, get some of that weight off, get your energy back. And it really jumpstarts a great exercise program as well.
Another one, can the procedure be scheduled at any of our locations?
We perform the procedure primarily at the Shelby location at 26 in Van Dyke. So you may see your consultation at one of our other locations, but we've chosen Shelby to be our hub for the Orbera insertion and removal. It's a short trip. It's easily reached through the Van Dyke Expressway. We've had people come from Western Michigan, from Northern Michigan, from Ontario, from Ohio, and the surrounding areas because of the extensive program that we've put together for that. Any other questions?
Yes. Another question, is it just for an obese patient?
So that's a great question. What we know about weight loss is that the sooner we can intervene along the pathway to gaining weight, the more success that we have. So the FDA guidelines say 30 to 40. That's only because how it was researched early on. We've done patients with lower BMIs and we've done patients with higher BMIs. And with their participation in the program, they are able to reach their weight loss goals.
Another question, how long does the procedure take?
The procedure takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops for the insertion, and about the same for the removal. It's done with a light sedation as if you're having a colonoscopy or some other medical procedure. But I think we can talk about this more during the consultation, where we can talk about the experience, how it's inserted, show you videos and that type of thing.
I think that's it for the audience.
Great. Well, again, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this informative, but certainly we'd like to meet with you live. Talk a little bit more about the procedure, show you some demonstrations. You also have the opportunity to view the procedure as we've recorded it live with Shauna. I want to thank Shauna again for her testimonial today with us, for all of our patients who've shared that online as well. Go ahead and click on the alluremedical.com website for more information. Please give us a call at 800-577-2570 to schedule your consultation as well. We look forward to meeting all of you. And again, thank you for taking the time and joining us on this webinar. Have a great new year.